Saratoga County, a few miles north of Albany. SUNY Albany is constantly developing new technology and applications for chips. And as I mentioned, they are turning their focus to photovoltaic cell technology, the key to turning solar energy into electricity. It turns out, as you know, most of you scientists know, that the same processes that are used to make computer chips underlie the creation of a photovoltaic cell as well. I was just in China and visited a facility that's trying to do the same thing over there. And I can tell you, they are pouring money into technology projects like this one. And when I was in places like Chengdu and Xi'an, they said, "What's going on in Albany?" That hadn't happened 10 years ago. But there's research taking place in other areas as well. In Rochester, a suburb of Rochester called Honeoye Falls, a General Motors plant is the center of research into fuel cell technology. When General Motors looked like it would be on the chopping block, they thought that they would get rid of this, but they didn't. Now there's a unique partnership with the Navy to produce fuel cells that will power a new era of unmanned underwater vehicles. The plant went from the edge of closure to the doorstep of creating thousands of more jobs by doing this work. And as many of you who have studied this know, the real future in automobiles, clean technology in automobiles, the electric car is just a way station. The real answer is an efficient fuel cell that will simply emit H2O as its byproduct. In energy efficiency, we've had a great opportunity to make New York a center of clean technology. Let me give you an example of how energy efficiency matters. Guess which state is the most energy efficient if you leave out transportation, cars and trucks? Anyone know? No. California. Now, you wouldn't think so. But in 1978, the governor of California, who is now the governor, but he had a hiatus of about 30 years, Jerry Brown. In those days, he was known in the Doonesbury comic strip as Governor Moonbeam. And he had California put in place energy efficiency standards for heating and cooling buildings. Tough standards only for new buildings, but it was for homes, for factories, for offices. Well, 40% of our energy consumption, as you know, comes from heating and cooling buildings, only 35% from transportation. And because since 1978, so much of the building in California has been done, California is the most energy efficient state in the nation outside, if you leave transportation aside. And their level of per capita consumption when it comes to heating and cooling buildings is about the same level as Denmark's. It's a little known fact. Well, that is something that we have to do here. Energy efficiency has to be a crucial component of moving us towards a clean energy future. And we have here in New York a number of clean tech firms, some focusing on solar, some focusing on energy management for residential and commercial buildings. And we need to do more to spur these firms on. I am proposing energy efficient laws in Congress that are very much the same as what California has done. And it will probably do more to both reduce the impact of global warming, man's effect on global warming, as well as make us energy efficient and independent of importing any fossil fuels as anything else that can be done. The more local building codes incentivize efficiency and green building and encourage experimentation, the more innovation we'll see. So we want to turn New York into a laboratory for energy efficient innovation. And I would commend those of you who are here to pay attention. One final thing. We have on Long Island a great research consortium. This Monday I was there to announce a unique partnership between a nonprofit called Accelerate Long Island, 2 leading venture capitalists, and New York's 5 research centers, one of which, as you know, is Brookhaven Lab, which does groundbreaking research in terms of high-energy physics. They're all getting together and they're incubating 10 companies. One place New York has failed in the past is we took our research and kept it on the university, whereas in California and Massachusetts and other places, there was an incentive to commercialize it and create jobs and companies. Well, we have learned our lesson, and we are starting to do that all over the state, and Long Island is a great example. So in conclusion, what we're doing here in New York is trying to become a Silicon Valley of clean energy, and we're beginning to succeed. We're succeeding because of the work done by people in this room. You're the future of energy in this country, whether it's running our cars and trucks, heating our homes, powering a growing and thriving economy. It is your vision that the government needs to be squarely behind, because right now we're playing Russian roulette when it comes to our energy future. The bottom line is we need all hands on deck and kickstart a nationwide effort to change the face of energy production, transmission, and consumption in America. And we cannot let other problems that our country faces, including the budgetary ones, distract us from this, because it will be penny wise and pound foolish. There have been a few touchstone moments in history of this country when we faced a crisis or a daunting challenge head on. And what did we do as Americans? We pooled our collective resources to achieve the highest of heights. Whether it was FDR rallying the country to defend freedom abroad, or President Kennedy daring us to reach beyond the sky to explore space, today's energy problems need the same drive, imagination, and leadership. I believe we need to approach this crisis with the same effort and drive we mustered during World War II and the race to the moon. During those critical periods, the federal government set a goal and devoted unlimited time, energy, and most important, resources to get the job done and meet that goal. By guaranteeing our energy independence through the creation of real, marketable, and effective technologies, all of you here today will be contributing to this cause. Thank you, IIT and CUNY. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a great conference, and while you're at it, you can spend a little money in New York.
Well, thank you very much, Senator Schumer, for your leadership, for your wisdom, and for gracing this event with your presence. Here's a token of our appreciation to you. Let me just also add that while I thought I'll be talking about energy, I can say as an immigrant, as someone who came as a graduate student out here, and I think